Welcome to the finals here at the 2013 Stanford Invite with Sky Magazine. I'm Maya Ziv here with Ryan Thompson. We've got an exciting matchup here between Wisconsin Donna in red and Oregon Fugue in their grays. What are we looking forward to in this game, Ryan?
Well, this, in addition to being the only two undefeated teams left at this tournament, this is a huge game for strength bids. Wisconsin has had a kind of an up and down season so far, and to come into Stanford Invite, stomp all over the West Coast competition, and come out here with a finals victory over the #1 team in the country would be huge, both for Wisconsin as a program and for the rest of their region.
Definitely, and Fugue in position to notch their second tournament win of the season already. They had a really great game against UBC in the semifinal, a repeat of the President's Day Invite final, and now they're here looking to put up another win against Wisconsin.
Wisconsin starting on D, Rebecca Enders with the pull. Ashley Young to field it.
Sophie Darch in the middle of the field for Oregon. Inside break to Kaler right away. The layout grab. Young, Hurd. The dish attempt to Lily Hurd to the sideline, too far. Enders will pick it up.
Nice break to Biz Cook. Biz Cook, a strong receiver for Wisconsin, who's really been playing well this weekend. Rebecca Enders, the lefty, swinging it out to the sideline, and a big huck down the line, looking for Cook. Too far.
Right, a few jitters in this first point from both teams. We've seen a few miscommunications there and overthrows. We're going to clean that up for the rest of the game.
Oregon hucking right away after walking it up.
Too far for Kaler.
Enders again.
Overthrow there, Cole's picking up. Holstering the huck, centering it to Ashley Young. Darch at the grab. Inside break to Alex Odie with the around to Coles. Oregon puts it in for the first point to hold. 1-0 Oregon Fugue. Saw nice there with the pull for Oregon.
Nice deep pull. Fielded and centered to Enders. Oregon here in their clam, their junkie zone defense here. Enders holding onto this for a long time, breaking it around to Cook. Onto the sideline. Wisconsin doing the same thing here UBC was doing in the early goings in the semifinal. Lots of big swings side to side, nothing really up the middle of the field. And there's the shot to the middle of the field, but the throw is too low, foul called. That's the kind of look that they're going to want to take. If they can get that one-on-one matchup in the middle of the field with a cutter coming under, you want to get those big chunks of yards and then move it up before the handler defenders can reset for the Oregon zone defense.
Yeah, it's great offense from Wisconsin, really pulling those defenders from the middle out to the sideline. We see Adie and Schaffner both pulled out to the side, which leaves that middle shot wide open.
Big huck looking for Enders here. Enders, the handler, going deep. Looking for Carenta as the dump. Foul on the play. Off the disc. Carenta calls the foul here. Stall count on 0.
Good shot, though. Wisconsin ends on offense here. Sonneiser shuts down the cut.
Well, that's open side, just outside of the end zone. Sarah Scott with the break to Carenta. Wisconsin holds. No turnovers on their O point. 1-1 to tie it up. Wisconsin with the pull. He hung with the tough catch there, hitting Darch in the middle. Looks like either a junk D or confusion for Wisconsin as Kaler was left wide open there in the middle of the field. Catching the huck, dishing back to Young. And Young back to Kaler, just outside of the end zone, looking for Bartoff. And then hitting Anna Almy in the back of the end zone for the score. No turns, easy O point there for Oregon, 2-1.
Kaler really taking over on offense for Oregon Fugue here. If she keeps playing like that, Wisconsin needs to switch something up to shut her down to stay in this game.
It's audio.
80 to pull for Oregon. Munson almost with a run through D for Oregon.
Biz Cook.
Wisconsin moving quickly here.
Oregon still in the zone though. They're covering that middle of the field better at this point. Keeping 80 in the middle of the field. There's a big D.
Ashley Young with the layout D there. Karpelowitz picking up. Oregon on the run. Zonice are gonna put one to the corner. Young outside the end zone now for Oregon. Throw goes over 80. Wisconsin again on offense.
That was the first turnover of the game for Wisconsin's O-line. Wisconsin on the Oregon on the transition, still in the zone. Wisconsin going side to side.
Nice grab there from Shadling. Biz Cook.
She's doing all the dirty work to get open at high stall counts for her teammates. That throw just a little too far for Shandling though. And Bailey Zanisser running to the disc to start Oregon's D-line offense. Centering to Munson, who drops it. Wisconsin, though, not running the fast break.
That was interesting there. They had their cutters going deep, and none of the throwers ran to pick it up and shoot it there.
Biz Cook trying to direct the offense from the popper position.
Nice toe on the line there. Observer calling her in. Middle of the field being left wide open here. Bailey Zanes are looking for someone to guard.
Oh, the middle of the field open again, but Shanley can't find it.
Good transition to man defense from Oregon there. Wisconsin doing a great job with these around breaks.
Nice IO break from Cook. Dump to Shandling in the middle of the field. Looking for Cook. Nice upline cut from Cook. Playing as a handler this point, cutter the previous points. Doing all the dirty work for Wisconsin as Wisconsin holds here.
Score tied at 2. Enders with the pull for Wisconsin. Ashley Young to Sophie Darch.
Enders guarding Kaler, who's been crucial for Oregon's offense this weekend.
Kaler finding herself wide open in the middle of the field. Coles on the sideline for Oregon. Low throw to Alex Odie in the end zone. Quick point for Oregon with no turnovers there. Oregon up 3-2 on Wisconsin.
Looks like the Wisconsin players just can't quite stay with their matchups on Oregon here. Seems to be several athletic mismatches there at that point, leading to wide open underneath throws. They're afraid of giving up that deep when Darch has the disc. And Oregon's just taking the easy unders, getting it in for the goal with just wide open passes.
Jesse Schaffner set to pull for Oregon. Nice OI pull from Schaffner there. It's going to be hard for Belladonna to get started. Active mark from Kimber Coles there. Nice grab. bring that one down. Almost a run through D for Karpelowitz.
Parenta gets that big one on the inside and dishes to Enders. Sarah Scott there, throwing it out to the sideline. Back to Enders. Parenta wide open in the middle of the field. She's not being guarded, but they don't see it. Finally, Wisconsin hits the wide open Parenta in the end zone for the hold.
Yeah, that transition defense did not work well from Oregon there. They left way too many players open when they transitioned to man, and Wisconsin is going to capitalize on those mistakes quickly. Scores 3-3 here.
And Shanling with the pull for Wisconsin, as both teams searching for their first break here. The score tied at 3s. Wisconsin changing the looks, coming out in a 3-man cup zone here. Hurd with the disc for Oregon now. Darch with the disc. Zone looks a little aggressive trying to stop handler swings, but it's leaving up holes on upfield throws. And they're in man, they've transitioned. Darch looking upfield for Kaler.
Oregon transitions to their end zone offense.
Bartough and Young both beat their girls to the break side, but that disc sails out of bounds. Bergen walking the disc up, tapping it in, hitting Biz Cook upfield with the drop though. Oregon looking to capitalize on their O point. Darch to Kaler to Darch.
Darch really taking over as a handler in this point. Just left wide open on that side. Kaler's gonna run and get it for her.
And the break side throw from Kaler to Young as Oregon puts it in on their O point after the turnovers to go up 4-3. Both teams still without a break.
After a timeout, have Oregon's Bailey Zonizer to pull. Floaty IO pull there. It's going to flatten out and actually carry right out of bounds on the other sideline.
Looking for Biz Cook out of the host stack. Oregon here in a straight man defense. Cook scooping that away from 80. Looking upfield. Shanling running as the dump. Getting the disc. Another lefty as Wisconsin starts to move it. There's the put to Biz Cook in the end zone. After that short pull, Wisconsin with the hold, no turnovers. It's now 4-4.
Rebecca Enders to pull for Wisconsin. Close game here in the finals of Stanford Invite. Got Oregon, who came in as the #1 seed, and Wisconsin, who I believe came in 5th in their pool. Totally upset the whole field, undefeated, going into this finals game.
Wisconsin's done a good job so far of shutting down the deep game of Oregon. Although right as I say that, Darch launches it for Coles. Easy throw and catch. It's just that easy.
Surprising we don't see that more from Oregon. Maybe they were taking a shot there. Testing the Wisconsin defense, got them on their heels. Kimber Cole focusing hard to run that one down. Nice point for Oregon, 5-4. Jessie Schaffner to pull for Oregon. Zonizer with an incredibly active mark.
Wisconsin coming out of a side stack here, looking to isolate some of their power cutters. Looks like Lorraine Guerin with the huck to Carenta. Enders finishing it with the goal after the huck. That was Guerin to Carenta, a dish, and then Enders going from the dump position into the end zone to score, tie it back up at 5s. Wisconsin with the hold.
Wisconsin responding to Oregon's quick deep shot with one of their own. We'll see if this game turns into a huck fest.
Yeah, Wisconsin getting isolation there out of a side stack, isolating Guerin and then Carenta as the cutter. Oregon tried to bring a couple more defenders into the play, but Wisconsin trailed the floaty huck and made the catch. Coach Alex Snyder on the line for Wisconsin, telling her players to bracket this Oregon host stack, help deep from the sidelines, and have the players guarding the center cutters to play underneath and help out, play more team defense than one-on-one. Odie with the disc now for Oregon.
Oregon is really winning these matchups here. Odie and Young, especially with Kaler, seem to be getting open at will. It's almost like Wisconsin is letting them swing it as long as they shut down those deep shots. But those middle throws from Darch to Kaler are a good example of why you can't just leave that middle open with a team like Oregon.
Yeah, well, pretty much no team in the country is going to win the one-on-one matchup battle against Oregon. You have to play team defense, help out with strong marks, and good help deep. Because if you try to go woman-to-woman, one-on-one with Oregon, they're going to beat you. Coles and Darch swinging it. Darch with the big hammer to Kaler, just drops in front of her. Wisconsin now with a chance to break.
That throw's a good look, but it looked like it fell much too quickly for Kaler. She wasn't expecting it to just drop like that.
Shanling gets the disc. Biz Cook going deep. Shanling rips it to her.
Beautiful put from Shanling.
Cook is well in front of Darch, but that throw just a little too far and tailing out of bounds. But Cook definitely had Darch beat.
Excellent look. Those quick transitions are going to be great for Wisconsin here. Catch Oregon on their heels and take advantage.
That's exactly what the Oregon D-line offense has been trying to do to Wisconsin. Wisconsin doing it right back. Missing on the connection, but that's a great shot, one you have to take.
Hurd continuing for Coles, dishing back out. Coles' throw to Ashley Young is behind her. Wisconsin has another chance. Enders coming back as the dump. Two lefty handlers there. Left-handed throwers are able to get around those marks, just like Shanling did around Young there.
Centering back to Enders, swinging out to Shanling.
Excellent movement in the backfield here for Wisconsin. They're really staying patient, letting their cutters work downfield, waiting for the opportune moment to shoot one to the middle.
And they were looking for Cook in the end zone. Big D, though.
It's like Alex Odie picked up that D for Oregon. And Oregon on the run.
This is a good D point for Wisconsin here. Two good shots at the end zone there. And another D. That's Enders with the run through on Hurd. Now at the end zone trying to break here. This is the best opportunity either team has had so far.
Okay.
And Shanling finds Cook through the poach. That's the first break of the game. Wisconsin up now 6-5.
After the first break of the game, we're going to have a pull from Wisconsin. Lady Pole's gonna roll out to the sideline. That's a little bit of the short field. Oregon's still stuck on the sideline, and now Wisconsin set up their D.
Kaler iso'd. Gets the disc off the sideline, up to Zanisser.
Zanisser really wanted that huck to Schaffner, but it was just a little too late. He's gonna cross it all the way across the field. Almi trying to run it down, but that one is going way out of bounds.
That was a very aggressive throw from Zanisser there.
It's too much power. It was a great look, but you've got to put some float on that when you're gonna toss it that far to the sideline.
Yeah. Up to that point, though, she was just running past her defender. Great offense from her, but that last throw, probably not the best decision, and then the execution also leaves something to be desired. Corrento with the disc now for Wisconsin as they move and try to break again.
Wisconsin doing a good job of staying calm here through the tough Oregon D. They can hear them on their heels, and they're keeping focused to follow the disc all the way into their hands. Nice throw there.
As Kaler picks up and Oregon's offense goes to work again. Zanisser to Young. Young back across to Zanisser.
We've got Sophie Darch downfield. Zanisser filling in as the dump. Darch outside the end zone now.
High backhand inside, trying to find Zanisser in the end zone, but the throw into a tight space is not quite good enough.
It's an interesting strategy from Oregon, using someone who's typically a handler, Darch, downfield. She knows what throws her teammates have, and she knows as a handler where they're looking. She has a lot of opportunities to get open under.
Yeah, Darch was playing as a cutter some against UW yesterday in pool play, getting in cuts and then boosting it to Coles from a cutter position on the sideline. Doesn't work out for them here, though, as Darch turned it and Wisconsin's working.
Really physical D here downfield. Can tell the intensity is ramped up 100% for both of these teams.
And here's a huck. Oh, snagged in the end zone by Wisconsin. That's a second consecutive break, third point in a row. That was a tight space there with a Blady huck. The receiver tracked it perfectly, making a great catch as it was coming over her head to score that goal, put Wisconsin up 7-5, their second break in a row.
We talked a little bit about the athleticism of the Oregon players, but now it looks like Wisconsin is winning those matchups. They're outrunning the D, and they are streaking deep with every throw that gets tossed to the power position, giving their handlers lots of deep shot options.
And forcing Oregon here to take a timeout to talk things over, see if they can fix their offense out of this next point. Wisconsin comes down. If they break, they take half. Oregon needs to stop the bleeding here.
Karpelowitz centering for Oregon.
So zone here. Four-woman cup here.
Looks like they're going man defense downfield.
That's a quick transition into man here. Zanisser playing a little more O now. Big inside-out backhand end zone look for Bartoff is D'd by Enders. And away we go. Biz Cook with the huck. Just outside the end zone. Can Wisconsin take half here?
A costly drop there for Biz Cook.
Bartoff is wide open in the end zone. Can Darch get it to her? Just outside. Enders in coverage in the end zone. Doing well to stop a goal there. And again, stopping the goal. Injury on the play. Looked like a face-to-face collision there after the disc was D'd. That was a foul, no contest by Enders. Zonaser with the disc on the end zone line. Centering to Darch. Big around break for the goal. Oregon holds there. It's interesting to see they brought Zaniser over from D-line to offense, but she's been in the center of 3 turnovers for them since that. But it works in this case as Oregon scores to narrow the gap to 7-6.
Schaffner with the pull for Oregon. D-line coming out fired up, hoping to get a D and then a break.
Oh, Wisconsin with the clam. The throw kind of hits the defender there. She wasn't even looking at it. But now a chance for Oregon to break back.
Nice inside break throw from Munson. Almy on the sideline. Into the middle, dishing out to Munson. Low inside throw.
Too far.
Can't connect with Alex Odie. Can't have those kinds of mistakes. This is the finals of one of the most competitive tournaments of the season. Got to connect those throws.
Oregon sets the clam again. Oh, Wisconsin finding a nice upfield look there. They're starting to look a little more comfortable with this look. Again, Biz Cook finding the disc upfield.
And Wisconsin's doing a really good job of moving quickly with the disc.
Yeah, they're moving handlers upfield, hitting them in holes as they cut behind those first layer handler defenders. And the huck from Shanling. Almy in coverage.
It's exactly the shot that Oregon is hoping for. They have full confidence in Anna Almy to get those deep shots every time.
Schaffner now with the disc on the sideline.
80. Oregon working it up the open side with a deep shot.
And the disc D'd.
It's like Kimber Coles almost had a second attempt there, but she couldn't grab it.
Oregon set again. Breaking around to Cook, but the throw is behind her. Foul called on the mark. This was behind Cook, but it looked like it also just went through her hands. Wisconsin, though, gets the disc back with the foul.
It's too many holes through the Oregon defense in the middle of the field there. They've got to clamp down a little bit to shut it down.
Yep, they're sneaking players. Oof. And that throw is just held on too long, wrenched out towards the sideline. Munson to pick up. Centering to Coles, to Schaffner. Schaffner throws the backhand break for the goal there to Odie, and that's a break for Oregon, tying it up at 7s. Wisconsin, though, still up 1 break.
Next point takes half. Sonneiser pulled for Oregon. Nice open hole in the middle there. Can't connect.
Bergen throws it a little too far for the intended receiver. Fontenot now with the disc. Up to Coles.
Look at Oregon on the move.
Zonaser, it's really just run and gun here to take half. Break back. Coles with the kick spike. Oregon now back on serve. 8-7. They'll be pulling to start the second half.
Back out of half, Oregon leads 8-7.
Zonaser with the pull, Enders with the reception. Enders working it up through the zone here. Wisconsin's actually, they've been moving the disc pretty well against this clam, but some of their throws have just been a little too far for open receivers. Foul there. Enders and Cook have been moving the disc really well, sneaking behind the first layer of defenders to get little 5-yard upline cuts with no mark. Carenta with the disc now, about half field. And a shot down the line. And the grab for Wisconsin. No turns there on that O point out of half, tying it up at 8s. Wisconsin with the hold. Enders with the pull for Wisconsin. Trying to open up another lead on Oregon here.
Darch for Oregon. Kaler. Odie is streaking deep. Kaler's gonna look that one off, dump it right back to Darch and go up the line. Typical cut from Oregon there. We've seen that play a lot. Odie on the sideline, she's gonna put it deep. No one is going. Big miscommunication there.
Nice help D here, but she sets a pivot foot in the end zone. Uncomfortable with the disc, looking for Enders. The disc is too far. Oregon capitalizing. And a big kick spike by Hurd.
Lucky break for Oregon there for them to go up 9-8. Jesse Schaffner, the big OI pull for Fugue.
Lou Burris on the line telling his team to stop the throws down the sideline. And the first throw turnover, Bartow with the D. Now Schaffner going end zone for Zonisser. Nice D by Biz Cook. And Wisconsin gets another shot at that O point.
It's a little too much excitement from Schaffner there. It was a good put, but you've got to remember that Biz Cook, that tall, deep D, is going to be there to pick up those Ds.
And Wisconsin wanted to go down the sideline there, but the mark forced an inside-out flick instead of the around backhand, and they turn it. Although Munson's end zone throw there, a little too greedy that quickly after the turn, the D is in place. Wisconsin now, again on offense. Great grab by Cook, the throw behind her. Wisconsin just needs to settle down a little bit here. You don't need to break through in one throw. Wait until it's there. Nice high backhand from Cook, leading down the line.
No one to continue for her there. Oregon gets to set up their D again, but that's a big gain for Wisconsin. They're showing that patience that Oregon didn't have just earlier this point. Coles with the D. Munson.
Center.
Up to Schaffner. Schaffner's going to put another one deep. She's got Zonizer in the end zone. Can she run it out? And Zonizer flips the disc out of her hands and can't reel it in. Another chance for Wisconsin.
Zonizer made up the ground, made the catch, but just dropped it on the clap catch. Shandling with the big deep look, testing Almy here. The receiver running it down, making the catch just outside of the end zone. Nobody to help. It's a call here. Confusion over the stall count rule here. Receiver saying Almy was stalling before she tapped it in, but once the catch is made, the defender can start stalling. This coming in on 2 here. Wisconsin in their end zone set. Biz Cook, spin move, gets the disc back with Bartow on her. Looking IO break for the goal. That's a nice hold there by Wisconsin. Great huck there, beating Almy. Wisconsin now ties it up at 9s. Shandling with the pull now. Young catching and centering to Odie. Zone here, 4-person cup. Hurd swings it out to Young.
I like this zone here from Wisconsin. It's a different look on D. It's not quite windy enough to shut down those throws.
Odie breaking through to Darch. Darch looking over the top. Hits Kaler in the middle of the field, wide open.
Darch is an absolutely fearless thrower. She's got a good arsenal of throws to work with, scoobers and hammers.
Darch faking hammer there again before swinging it out to Odie on the sideline. Kaler beats her girl. Nice break throw from Odie. Kaler on the end zone line here, looking to punch it in. Lofts the high backhand to Darch on the other side of the end zone. Really great trust in her teammate there to throw it over the other 10 players on the field in between the two of them.
Oregon up 10-9.
Darch with the roller pull. Not really that effective considering how fast that got out there to the Wisconsin players.
I like that Oregon is trying different things, though. They're switching it up. They're going to make it hard. Even taking a second to think about why she might pull that way is going to throw off the Wisconsin game. They're a little slow to work it up on offense here. But here they are
back
again.
To Enders, swinging it out.
Such great handler movement from Wisconsin. Nice inside break there.
To Cook. Carenta going deep. Cook holstering it. Swing back out to Enders. Oregon still in the clam. Bergen swinging it. Up to Carenta. Oregon comfortable to stay in this clam. They're about 30 yards out of the end zone. Bergen now with the disc. They're bringing all of their cutters out to the sideline and then running them through the middle in that big opening. It's working for them pretty well here. They're patient, they're moving it, cycling out sideways before getting back in the middle. Oregon now cycling into man. Nice transition. Enders with the disc. Finding Sarah Scott up in front for the goal. Tied it up at 10s. Enders to pull now for Wisconsin.
Young up to Karpelowitz. Darch is streaking deep. Odie. He's gonna put
Up
one
to
deep.
Kaler. Sarah Scott though with position on the inside. Nice D there by Sarah Scott. Matching Kaler for speed and getting that inside position to get the D on that huck. Sarah Scott has actually been playing very good defense on Kaler this whole game.
It was a great box out there, using her body to get in position and get up in the air before Kaler had a chance to even close her hand around it.
Scott now taking this guy to the end zone and hucking it to Biz Cook with Darch on her. Cook reads that disc better. Darch goes up early and whiffs. Cook now about 15, 20 yards out of the end zone, dishing to Enders. The tall lefty handler surveys her options, swings it to the middle. Swinging around. Carenta ISO'd in the end zone with Odie guarding her. And Enders with a great layout grab to save possession there. That was a missed throw. She was able to get there, and she hits Carenta just outside the end zone. And there it is, a break for Wisconsin to go up 11-10.
Shandling with the pull for Belladonna. Young to Darch.
Cook matched up on Darch again. Kaler with the big huck.
Fantastic huck deep, but that defense is going to eat that up.
I was just two Wisconsin players ran by the Oregon receiver. Great deep defense there and great help deep defense.
Kimber Coles with a huge hand block on the end zone line. She's going to pick up right away from Oregon. Darch on the sideline, right back to Coles, into the end zone. Coles getting the point for Oregon to tie it up 11-11.
Zonisser with the pull for Oregon. Wisconsin coming out on O, still up a break. Cook with that aggressive IO break, too far for her receiver. Zonisser to Coles. Back to Bailey Zonisser. She loves this throw and go. She's absolutely burning her defender.
The dish back to Munson, too short.
Shandling with the D there. Cook picks up.
Anna Almy trying hard for that run through D. Munson on the mark.
Shandling. Nice forehand fake to the around backhand break. Centering back to Cook. Swinging out to Shandling. Oh, and the throw way behind her receiver. Almy flat catches that D. And Munson putting it out into space for Zoniser.
No one there to continue for her, though. Zoniser is going to take a timeout for Oregon.
A split stack formation here. Coles and Almy isolated. Lofting it to Almy there. Nice D by Biz Cook. I don't really know if that was the play call, but that did not seem like the best decision there in that case coming out of a timeout. I know Almy's a great receiver, but throwing basically into a crowd a loopy forehand with Biz Cook in coverage, not the smartest choice, I think.
Exactly. We've got Biz Cook here asking for that deep shot. She's pointing her finger deep. She wants to take Almy deep. She thinks she can win that matchup this time.
Pick called downfield.
High stall count. Big hand block from Bailey Zoniser. Zoniser on the sideline.
Almy uncovered in the end zone. Maybe confusion about the force there, but that's a break back for Wisconsin, going up 12-11. Sorry,
Oregon up 12-11.
Zoniser with the pull. Looks like Oregon might be coming down in a force middle man defense here from Lou Burris' comments on the line. Enders with the disc now.
Down in front.
Odie marking Enders. Sending out to Sarah Scott, who boosted to Biz Cook with the shorter Bartoff, not Biz Cook. The D, though, by Olivia Munson, picking it up and going.
Molly Munson with the disc, out to Ashley Young on the sideline. Shooting that one deep. Picked up by Wisconsin. Time after time, Oregon struggled with those deep shots. The Wisconsin deep defenders are so tall and so aggressive.
Enders with the disc there.
Violation called on the field.
Enders with the disc, Odie on the mark. Enders, inside backhand break to Carenta. Hitting a bidding Sarah Scott, again looking deep. They're picking on Bartoff here, but Bartoff can't quite get there on D, not in the end zone. It's number 8 for Wisconsin with the disc here. Dumping it to Enders. The inside break, again to 8. Wisconsin with the hold for 12-12. Enders with the pull.
Karpelowitz picking up for Oregon. Darch. No one open in the middle. Around break to Coles. Another around throw. Kaler getting up.
Kaler looking end zone, but ends up dumping it.
Nice patience now from the Oregon throwers.
It's a forced middle here from Wisconsin.
Darch gonna put one deep.
High stall, lofting it to Odie. And Sarah Scott with another deep D.
Fantastic D for Sarah Scott there on Alex Odie. Nice bailout attempt from Sophie Darch, but it wasn't floaty enough to reach over the jumping Sarah Scott. Coles' poach cost her there.
Enders swinging out to Bergen.
Lots of excitement on the sideline now for both teams.
Up to Carenta in the middle of the field. Dishing to Enders. Oh, wide open cutters in the middle of the field here. Wisconsin running a host stack. hitting Sarah Scott. Scott going end zone to Carenta, who beats Almy deep for the goal. Ashley Young fields the pull up to Darch.
Bailey's
Around break to Bailey.
What a grab.
Big aggressive inside out backhand. Huck looking for Kaler, but too aggressive. That Huck a little too strong.
Donna's are kicking herself for that one. She knows they've got limited chances now. Wisconsin is so good at capitalizing on these unforced turnovers.
Although Wisconsin just gives it right back on that first throw. Shandling throwing it out of bounds. Zonisser with the disc, sees Kaler up line. Oh, and Kaler misreads that disc, runs under it too far. Odie on the mark, swinging out to Shandling. Shandling around to Bergen. Big Huck.
Deep.
The disc tailing out of bounds. Layout towed the line, called out by the observer.
Because it was thrown from the sideline and never came back in.
Young with the disc as the Wisconsin Hodags boo the observer. Young's throw over the head of Odie. Shandling with the disc. Nice inside break, looking for Cook.
Almy even kicked that with her foot, but it wasn't enough.
Dishing to Shandling. Shandling, the lefty handler, marked by Hurd. Swinging out to Bergen in the hoe stack.
Nice grab there.
Oh, just finding open receivers back in the middle of the field. Shandling again. Oh, Biz Cook carving up her defender, Ashley Young, into the middle of the field. Again, another comeback cut. Strip/foul called here.
That makes the score 14-12 here for Wisconsin. Late scores bring the ladies up in this game. One more point for Wisconsin. Shandling, the big puller for Wisconsin.
14-12 here, late game, pulling away from a tired Oregon team that's running their same players over and over again.
Not the best pull, but it'll do. The roll's gonna make it harder. Ashley Young to Sophie Darch, the terrible twosome we've been hearing all weekend.
Bethany Kaler cuts open on Carenta.
Dish out to Darch. Kaler. Nice up the line to Darch.
Darch looking end zone. Kimber Cole's cutting back for it, laying out, making the grab, 14-13. Oregon's not dead yet. They are still alive in this game.
What a great bid from Kimber Coles. Sophie Darch putting that one out to space where she knew the defense couldn't get it. Kimber Coles reeling that one in. She might be tired, but she can still hit the ground.
Kimber Cole's dragging her defender over to the break side, cutting back to the open for the goal.
Huge floaty pull from Sophie Darch. Remember, the score is 14-13. Wisconsin on offense now.
To win the game here with their O-line. Enders with the disc. Although Wisconsin actually doesn't really, they're not running O-line, D-line this tournament. They're playing the same players 2 points in a row and then calling a new set of players for the next 2 points. So everyone's played a lot of O and a lot of D this tournament for Wisconsin.
Not only that, but they've got some short lines here.
Now Sarah Scott breaking through the Oregon zone to Carenta, dishing it out to Biz Cook on the sideline. Back to Sarah Scott. Sarah Scott has been huge this game, throwing hucks and D'ing hucks.
Wisconsin, late in the game, being so patient. Their patience is absolutely impressive here. Through one of the most complex zones we've seen in the college women's game. They just have absolutely no problem swinging it on the sideline.
Oh,
back
and
to
a
the middle of
huge
the
bid
field.
there coming through was Ashley Young. Enders, though, with the disc. Enders looking upfield to Biz Cook. Going to Bergen. They're on the doorstep here, 15 yards from the end zone with their O-line. Enders with the disc. Carenta cuts on Almy. Biz Cook being guarded by Young. Free swing out to the sideline. Coles was poaching, going up to Sarah Scott.
Molly Munson with the huge, crucial D for Oregon here.
Sarah Scott now on the mark. Swinging out to Kaler, to Darch. Darch with the big put, looking for Coles. Coles beats her defender.
That
This could be a break.
Darch-Coles connection been working so well for them all weekend,
Out
and
to
it's going to
Kaler.
pay off here.
Swinging it back to Darch. Up the line goes Kaler.
Observer calls it in on the sideline, not the end zone.
Kaler going deep down the line. It's a 25-yard away throw down the line to Anna Almy as Oregon breaks to tie it up at 14s. This one's going to overtime.
Oregon absolutely ecstatic. Wisconsin still trying to stay calm.
Wisconsin using the same mental toughness strategy Fury was, coached by Alex Snyder, captain of Fury. They all have their arms up now between points as a result of a scientific study they read saying that your body language can dictate your mental state.
Score is 14-14 here in the finals of Stanford Invite.
This is not Universe Point. Caps are not on. We're still at win by 2 here. Enders feels the pull. Oregon here still in their zone clam defense. Young on the mark now. Biz Cook in the middle of the field, cutting through that second layer.
Biz Cook is so aggressive, doing a great job of forcing through that Oregon defense.
Swinging out to Bergen on the forehand sideline, back to Enders in the middle. Oregon doing a better job clogging the middle now. They're leaving the sidelines a little more open. Oh, big through the middle to Biz Cook. Enders with the disc again on the sideline.
Cook and Enders make such a formidable team. Both incredibly tall, very athletic girls with great throws.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's a much deeper team than we expected coming into this tournament given their prior results. They've shown they've got a lot more players than just the top 2 who can make big plays here. As Wisconsin approaching the end zone here. Enders with the disc in the middle of the field looking for Cook. Cook swings it out. High backhand looking for Cook. On the end zone line here. Hitting the dump with a push pass. Swinging back to Cook.
Love the patience from Wisconsin here. They are not going to force their hand.
Enders isolated, high backhand. Cook to Enders there for the goal, 15-14.
The pull from Wisconsin, Young centers up to Darch. Zanazer with a nice grab to reel it in. Young, Kaler, Zanazer.
Oh, nice around flick from Zoniser to Darch. Darch going end zone.
Alex Odie puts in the point for Oregon. Nice quick point there to tie it up at 15. Nice floaty pull from Darch there.
Shanling collects it, swings out to Scott. And a punt. The Clam forces a turn.
There's that deep D from Anna Almy.
Schaffner picks up right away, finding Zoniser in the middle of the field. Big inside-out backhand huck.
Beth Kaler going deep. She runs that one down. Big break for Oregon to go up 16-15 here.
Oregon is on top. Wisconsin needs 2 in a row to win this game now. Sophie Darch, huge pull. They're in the Clam again. Enders with the disc. Swinging it out around to the sideline. Biz Cook stretching the zone. lurking in the middle of the field.
Biz Cook is biding her time, waiting for the opportune moment to streak. Odie's doing a great job of shutting her down in this junkie D from Oregon.
Darch patrolling the middle of the field. Oh, and a drop. Miscommunication there by Wisconsin. Sanister picks up, looking to end the game. Darch up the line. Sanister finds her.
Schaffner in the middle.
Backhand force and wide open. There it is. Is that Ashley Young with the disc? And the game for Oregon.
Final score, 17-15. University of Oregon Fugue with their second tournament win of the season. Absolutely fantastic game on all sides. For Sky Magazine, I'm Maya Ziv, here with Ryan Thompson. This coverage of the women's division final of the Stanford Invite has been brought to you by the 2013 College Tour, presented by Spin Ultimate. Thanks for tuning in.